Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Friday. It's Friday night, and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. It's also the 4th of July weekend, so that's pretty cool. It's America's birthday. I don't think America actually started on July 4th. I think it was like a little bit before then, but for some reason we celebrate today. Something probably to do with signing documents or whatever. You know, you got to make things official. Um, so what are we working on tonight? Great question. So last year for July 4th, and I consider it the July 4th weekend, even though July 4th was yesterday. I kind of feel like, America kind of celebrates it all weekend when it kind of falls towards the weekend. So I'm going to continue with something that I did last year. I created this really cool like eagle last year in colored pencils. Let me switch to the full view so I can show you. So I made the colored pencil eagle last year, and I kind of like it, but I thought it looked like maybe a little bit too grainy or realistic or something than like what I've been making these days. So I thought, hey, it's July 4th. I'll take a second stab at it. I wouldn't call it really a redemption round because I don't really think I screwed this one up too bad. So it's just an eagle in a different style. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight in celebration of Independence Day. I see there's a couple people in the room already. We've got Edie, we got a kid. That's enough for a party for me. So I'm just going to hop right in. Um, like I said, I didn't really plan too far in advance for this one because, like, I was debating whether or not I was even going to do it. Last night, I couldn't because, like, there was fireworks going off and it was, like, way too loud. I don't think I could have actually pulled it off. Um, but tonight, I think it's going to be okay. I don't think that we're going to have too much fireworks, if any at all. So I think we're good. So for this style, I thought I'd do something kind of like my scribble art. At least I'm just going to kind of like just, kind of scribble in some lines to figure out where everything is just to get started. I'm using like kind of a blue pencil here. You can just as easily use charcoal. But I think what I want is an eagle kind of coming down. Maybe the head like here. Yeah, I think that's probably as far over as I really want to go. Um, this right here would all be like the head. And I'm just kind of like figuring out basically where things are. And yeah. So hopefully everybody's having a good fourth weekend already. Hopefully everybody's being safe and nobody's in the hospital. Hopefully nobody blew themselves up with fireworks or anything like that. Uh, I know that I like to play with fireworks whenever my dogs aren't around. And I know that I'm not the most cautious person, so hopefully everybody else is not doing as I do. One time, I like me and some relatives and things like that. We took like 300 bottle rockets and put them in like a big tin can and like lit them all off with a blowtorch. So that's the kind of like bad things that I do on July 4th. Hopefully nobody else is doing that. So I figured like with these lines, I'm just kind of creating a flow for like the eagle. Um, like I said, I've done this kind of stuff before for a couple of my pictures. I like how they turn out. I don't know how this one's going to turn out, but figured just try the same thing. Hey, we got Rome in the house. Yeah. Happy birthday, America. America. Home of the free. I can get my hillbilly accent going really, really good. Mm. Yeah, illegal there in New York. So I don't think they're illegal here because like they sell them in like the Walmart parking lot, but I don't think you're really supposed to light them up. I think you're allowed to purchase them or own them or something like that, but you're actually not allowed to like light them off. But everybody does. It's almost like they bend the rules for like July 4th. Um, I think there's festivals going on all weekend, which is cool. I might go to like some street fair somewhere. I like going to places where you're allowed to drink in public, like on the street. Just walking around with like a beer in my hand. That's always fun. So as you can see, like totally different style than the eagle I drew before. This is just kind of figuring out where it's going to be on the page. So these up here, these are going to be like almost like knives feathers. figure just like with these loose lines, I don't know how it's going to actually go, but with these loose lines, I have kind of like some cool motion to this bird. That's the idea at least. Where am I located? I'm in central Kentucky. So basically, yeah, well, it's hard to describe Kentucky because we're not really the South. We're not really the like we're not. We've got kind of. It depends on what part of Kentucky you're in. So like if you're in Eastern Kentucky, that's the Appalachian area. That's where people are really struggling out there. There's like a lot of, like drug problems. There's people have trouble finding employment. Just it's really tough to be out there in Eastern Kentucky. A lot of people like grew up in like coal families, and coal's kind of like on the way of the dinosaur, no pun intended. Um, with different like energy things being more popular these days. So there's a lot of like struggles in Eastern Kentucky. So that's Eastern Kentucky, and then like Northern Kentucky is practically Ohio or Indiana. So I consider like Northern Kentucky kind of like the Midwest. Yeah, I'm freestyling. Yeah, I'm creating like creating some movement here, Rome. I appreciate you noticing. Like we're creating an eagle. An eagle's supposed to be like and flying like caw, like America. Jennifer Lawrence, yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is from here. No, she was not my neighbor. Jennifer Lawrence is from Kentucky. Ashley Judd is from Kentucky. I think Johnny Depp's from Kentucky. Hunter S. Thompson, if you know who he is. Um, all these folks are George Clooney. George Clooney's from Kentucky. Like I actually have met George Clooney. I have met George Clooney and his parents. His parents live in Augusta, Georgia. Not Georgia, sorry, Augusta, Kentucky. I have some family who live in Augusta, Georgia. But yeah, Nick and what's her name? Nina? No, I forget his mom's name, but I'm not even sure his mom's still around. But they live in northern Kentucky, up by the Ohio River. I have met them both. Met George Clooney when he was doing the Leathernecks premiere. Hunter S. Thompson, yeah, he's from Kentucky. Yeah, a lot of famous people from Kentucky. We get like a bad reputation. Well, I can't say it's not deserved. Like we definitely deserve whatever we get. But we do have a reputation that isn't exactly accurate. It really depends on like where in Kentucky you are. We're not all just a bunch of redneck hillbillies, even though a lot of us are. Um, I have redneck tendencies myself. I am drinking bourbon, so bourbon's kind of classy nowadays. Like it fetches a lot per bottle, but back in the day, it was a poor man's drink. Um, it's made out of corn, and corn was readily available, so it was what the poor people drank back in the day. But yeah, like trying to think who else is from Kentucky. It's hit or miss. There's like a lot of different variety. So I'm using blue because I think the base of this guy is going to be kind of a bluish color. So I'm going to kind of get that going. It is fun to just kind of like sketch with these pastels. Because again, I'm not going for like hyperrealism here. The other picture I did last year was in colored pencils, and those were like a lot more realistic than what I'm going for here. I'm just going kind of experimental here, trying to have some fun with the colors and the movement on the paper. I mean, for better or worse, we'll see how it goes. It may turn out terrible, slightly impressionistic. I am using what's the paper called? Like package paper or craft paper, I think they call it, which is kind of a smooth paper. It isn't what I would normally use for pastels, but for this particular picture, I think it'll be fine. I'm not trying to create like like a work of art here. Trying to create a masterpiece here. Just having some fun. Anybody go and see fireworks this weekend? Like even if you can't light them up where you're at? Like I said, they light them off like less than a mile away at this park around here, so I can like look out my window and watch them, which is exactly what I did. It's pretty cool. The especially the finale they have. It's not that bad. It's just a boom 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 series. Of course, my pets they hate it, but they were surprisingly docile this year. Like they have not been that bothered by it, which is odd. Yeah, like kind of like a butcher paper. Is it archival? This is. So like you have to like, but like not all craft paper is the same. You can get craft paper that is archival, and I made sure I did, just in case like I ever wanted to keep one of these pictures. But they're not normally like acid free. So definitely do your homework if you wanted to use paper like this. I like using paper like this just when I want to sketch something and I don't really care. Like you can see some of the pictures behind me. They're on this paper. It's it's just when I want to have some fun and I don't particularly care how how well it turns out. Like I don't know how this picture is going to turn out, but I just thought I'd have some fun tonight. Just hanging out with you guys, having fun, enjoying the 4th of July weekend. I think there was a parade yesterday. I think there might be more parades this weekend. Like I said, on when it falls on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you basically get the entire weekend for 4th of July. Because most people are off of work, like, office dwellers, they're off work. Because they get the 2 days instead of just the one, usually, you know. I don't know if that's always the case, but again, I'm using blue just as like a base for this guy. He's not going to be like blue when it's all done. It's getting him going. Rum Dog says, my roommate ditched me, but they stopped all their fairground aerial ones. We watch fireworks from your porch. Nice. Sounds like you're in a spot that is close to festivities as well there, kid. That's cool. Yeah, I always try to watch some fireworks each year. It's kind of tough when you have pets because like they do not like it. I made the mistake one year of taking a dog uh, to the fireworks. That was dumb. I was like, oh well, the dog's gonna enjoy the park. They're gonna like it, and I basically gave that dog a a reason to have panic attacks. Hey Jeremy, did your weather clear for fireworks? Yes. So I actually thought it was going to rain last night and they would cancel the fireworks. So my thought was I was going to do my live stream last night uh, because they wouldn't be having fireworks. But lo and behold, the weather actually held up and they had the fireworks anyway. Um, Otherwise, I would have done the live stream last night. So yeah, the weather cleared up. I mean, it was still a little, it was a little hot and muggy and wet because like it rained earlier in the day, but for the most part, it cleared up. All right, so I think this is pretty good for base for this guy. I I'm just gonna kind of like blend this a little bit. I don't want to over blend it because like I don't really know what direction. I didn't put a lot of planning into this piece. I just thought I'd wing it. Get it? I thought I'd wing it. Um, anyway, so like I'm just gonna kind of blend this out a little bit just so that I have kind of like a little base for the rest of the work I'm going to do on this guy because I don't think he needs to look this unfinished down here. I like my joke. I'm winging it tonight. What's happening, y'all? Hey, it's a pretty relaxed, low key kind of Friday. I don't expect there like in fact looking at the stats now, there's not like a lot of people watching. I think people are busy this weekend to be honest. I'm just doing the live stream to kind of keep in the habit of doing it, but as far as like watchers, I don't think there's going to be that many tonight. I've been busy all weekend. I haven't really been online that much. Not all weekend. Like the weekend's just getting started. I meant like over the last couple of days. Yesterday I was grilling out and had some barbecue and just chilling. Get kind of like a base of this face in here as well a little bit. And then I'll leave the beak there. And then down here there's going to be kind of like some claws. All right, so that's good enough to get started on this guy. All right, so now I'm going to kind of come back and reinforce some of these lines now that I have a kind of an idea of where things are going. Kind of work on this face a little bit. I don't know if this is going to be better than the one I did last year or just different. Different is good though. I like doing different styles. What I like most about you guys, being my audience, is that you guys, tolerate me experimenting. I can picture, some audiences like wanting like their expectations met, sort of thing, like where, hey Jeremy, we really like you doing the coffee pictures, so why don't you do more coffee pictures? You guys aren't like that, You guys just let me have fun, which is cool. Or at least you don't seem to hold it against me too much if I go off and do experiments. So I appreciate that about you guys. Let's see, he's got. So if I wasn't paying attention, I was just kind of drawing my guess of like what these birds look like. I would not, I would not notice that the beak kind of comes really far in. The beak comes in almost to the eye, or it does come to the eye. So like there would be a circular eye here, and that's where the beak actually ends. So just making that observation. Again, I've talked about this before. One of the things I like about doing art and drawing is that you make these observations that you would have never noticed. Like I have never really looked at the anatomy of like an eagle before, where I paid attention to where the beak meets the eye and so on. So, hey, Kevin's in the house. How's it going, man? Yeah, Kevin's from Kentucky too. So if you guys have any kind of questions about Kentucky, he's definitely the guy to answer those. But yeah, I've always seen Kentucky as like almost three different kinds of Kentucky. You've got the Eastern Kentucky, which is basically the Appalachians. You have Western Kentucky, which is basically the Midwest, and then you have Southern Kentucky, which is basically Tennessee. So it might as well be the South. So you've got at least three different Kentuckys. When you go up to Northern Kentucky, it's basically a suburb of Cincinnati. So that's basically the Midwest. I'm saying basically a lot. I don't know why. Edie says, why would we hold experimentation against you? You're an artist. That's what artists do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I was just thinking like, I don't want to let you guys down by not fulfilling expectations. Like if you expect me to do art a certain way, I should probably do that. I don't have a lot of consistency in what I do. I'm trying, I'm getting better at it, but so right now I'm kind of keeping it monochromatic, by the way. I just thought to mention that. It's not going to be monochromatic in the end. I'm going to add some splotches of color, but I would consider this kind of like an underdrawing, just so that I know where everything is, and then I'll come back and add splotches of color. It's supposed to be like just this kind of fun study of a eagle, I guess, which is kind of cool. Like I said, part of the fun of doing art is making these observations and stuff, and that's what I would consider a study of the bird. Um, Again, I am not an expert on, was it ornithology or like bird experts or I'm not a bird expert. There we go. Um, so, by drawing, I learn a little bit more about them. Jeremy, you could do the eagle and coffee too and hang it next to the peregrine falcon in the coffee shop. There you go. So, like, I was actually considering doing like an eagle and coffee tonight, but I thought it might look too much like. I'm glad you remembered the peregrine. Peregrine. I don't know how to pronounce it. The falcon. I'm glad you remembered the falcon because like that's the reason why I didn't do a coffee painting tonight because I was like, it might look too close to that one. But yeah, maybe eventually, if I can figure out like what the actual difference is, I can see that there's differences in the face, but they're not that different. The falcon and this eagle look very similar to me. I don't know. And I'm supposed to be the guy who makes the observations. I don't know. I'd have to really look at the two just to be able to differentiate them. But yeah, absolutely. Like a coffee picture of an eagle. Thanks, MJ. A coffee painting of an eagle would probably have to be like super stylized, where he's like doing a particular pose, like maybe he's like grabbing a fish or something. I don't know. Um, I definitely have it on my list to do an eagle. I want to do every piece of like wildlife imaginable. So I'll get around to it eventually. But I didn't want to do it tonight. That's all. Hey, maybe I'll do that next year. Maybe this will be like a tradition. It's just I'll do an eagle every 4th of July. I don't see myself doing that actually. So I wasn't intending to like get this detailed in the face, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good start. Getting some detail in the face like this. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the main thing I don't want to get too detailed with this guy. I want to keep it kind of loose and like you know free as a bird. Hey, free as a bird. That's the Eagles, right? That's song. Never mind. I'm not that funny. I'm sorry. Like my jokes are dumb. I'm basically just doing a bunch of Eagle puns tonight. I'm winging it, and I'm doing Eagles lyrics. I'm drawing a free picture. Free as a bird. It's no good even when I repeat it. Anywho, all right. So that's pretty cool. I like this. I'll come back and work on his face a little bit more. Just want to kind of move in. Fly like an eagle. There you go. Steve Miller Band, I think, right? Yeah. I want to fly like an eagle. Yeah. I'm gonna switch to this. Yeah, this is fine. Trying to debate which. I think I need to sharpen this. Give me one moment to sharpen. See if I can sharpen this. It's kind of tough sharpening these pastel pencils because they're prone to breaking. I usually do it with a pocket knife, but I don't really have the time to do that here on air. So see if I can. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I think that's good enough. Sorry, little interlude. So hopefully you guys are having a great holiday weekend. Hopefully you guys got some cool plans. Not sure what else I'm going to do with my weekend. I feel like I've already done everything I wanted to do. I don't think there's any movies this week. I thought Deadpool would come out this weekend. It's so weird that it hasn't. Like it's actually scheduled for like the end of the month, and I'm like that's kind of weird. Usually they have a movie come out, you know, when people are off of work, so they have things open on holiday weekends like Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend, things like that. It's kind of odd that that movie opens at the end of the month, but I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be cool. Hey Ida, just about to leave for my soccer practice, so I'll catch the stream when I get home. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're just drawing an eagle, a bird, an American bird. Like, You can tell I've been drinking a bit. Just draw an American bird. I have a very bad accent. I don't know where, like, it's not a real accent. It's a practiced accent, and I don't know where it comes from. So like most of my extended family is from like South Carolina, and I can't do the South Carolina accent if I wanted to. Like my mom can. Like if you get my mom all riled up, especially like on the phone or something, she's got a very noticeable South Carolinian accent. I can't do it. The only thing I can do is an exaggerated, maybe Kentucky, maybe like West Virginia kind of accent. It's certainly not South Carolina. South Carolina has more of a oh, it's tough. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very soft and genteel kind of accent compared to the other southern accents that are out there. American bird. I'm probably gonna be keep doing that accent. I gotta stop. Anyway, I want these lines in here just to kind of show movement and kind of cover up mistaken lines. So these lines also kind of guide me. So I know that the wing is supposed to come out here and kind of go down. So whereas I kind of put all these lines in at the beginning, I'm kind of like bringing them back just to kind of like give myself some guidelines here. I'm not sure how I'm going to put these feathers in yet. Figure it out. I like using the pencil almost like it's a palette knife. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I like to kind of stab at the paper. Kind of weird. All right. Let me get. I don't know if I have a darker one. No, that's the darkest I got. All right. Just gonna use that then. Some scallops through here. Maybe they'll come out looking like feathers. Yeah, that kind of looks like a feather texture. Jeremy, you're so talented. I liked it. I love puns. I love bird puns. Bird puns? Talons. I'm sure you guys have all seen Napoleon Dynamite. I just love that movie, but like, do they have big talons? The old guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to get like a feather texture in here. I don't know how well I'm doing, but I'm trying. Do eagles have big talons? Yes, yes they do. You don't want to mess with an eagle, or at least I don't think you do. I don't know. What are those people called? Like a falconeer or falcon? The people who actually carry around like they they work with these these type of birds. I think it's I don't know if it's a falconeer. I thought there was a different term. All right, so I think that's pretty cool. Again, I'm gonna introduce some other colors in here. I was just wanting to get that blue down. It's kind of like a base. So at this point, I want to try using this up here just to kind of see how it looks. So this isn't going to show up very well, oh, like if it gets close to the brown paper. So I'll have to remember that. But otherwise, some some highlighted browns in here. It's a good start. Yeah. Think about challenging Kilo to a hot sauce rematch. She's the one to beat. She is immune basically to hot sauce. So if you're going to challenge anybody, that's a good one to challenge. I have not seen her phased by hot sauce. So like this time, this hot sauce challenge, I was basically uh, using the same hot sauce that she was. Like she basically told me what hot sauce to go and get at the store, and that's what I went and got. And I can say that that stuff was hot. That stuff was super hot. And as I recall, Mama Q, like you, this was your first hot sauce challenge. So like, I don't know if you're, I don't know, are you ready for it? I'm not like trying to diminish your capabilities here. I'm just wondering, have you thought this through? Because like, she can eat some serious hot and like hot sauce. I was impressed. That's all I'm saying. All right, so since I'm introducing some other colors, let me get some white up in here. I think that'd be cool though. Like, you have COVID and can't taste or smell. I should probably read that part. Like, I hope you feel better. I do. Sorry. Um, but yeah, like now's the time to do it, to be honest, because she uh she can definitely eat some hot sauce for real. But yeah, take her on. Now's the time to do it. So hopefully you recover soon. I'm sorry. I didn't read the second line there. I just read the hot sauce rematch and I started talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you got COVID. That's not something to joke about. I'm sorry. I'm gonna blame my lack of good sense there. Sorry. But yeah, like I would definitely challenge her now because that would be funny. You'll recover soon though, I'm sure. It does seem like there's another like string of COVID going around. You're not the only one. I know at least 3 or 4 people who have gotten COVID in the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping I don't get it. I don't know. Like I don't know if I've had COVID before. There were times during COVID that I had like pretty bad flu. Could have been COVID, but see, like whenever I have the flu, I kind of self quarantine anyway, so I didn't see any real reason to like take the test because I wasn't going to be around anybody anyway. So I'm not 100% certain if I've gotten COVID or not. I get the shots every year, so I don't. I think you can still get it with the shots, so that's my understanding. I don't know. COVID mutations, it doesn't go away. No, it's never going away. Yeah, I think you should do the hot sauce if you're up to it. Like, you know, I mean, you got COVID. You should really be resting. What are you doing watching this show? Like, you should be resting. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I have heard of people doing like hot sauce kind of like personal challenges and so on while they had COVID, and it does seem like now's the opportunity for you. Right. I'm going to try to get some hot sauce to kill it. Yes, I think they proved that scientifically. Hot sauce kills COVID. Don't listen to me. I have no idea. This is definitely not a medical show, kids. I think the only thing that kills COVID is like sleeping it off. Basically, kind of just you just go through it. It sucks. Hopefully you recover quickly. I did hear that it's only bad for a few days and then it gets better. I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody, but if there's a silver lining. It's fun drawing like an eagle in flight. This is kind of cool. Thinking Kilo had COVID that night because she was drinking that stuff. She was drinking that stuff. That's all I was trying to say. Sorry, I skipped over the COVID part, but that's what I was trying to say. Is she's a monster. Like she just basically drinks hot sauce like it ain't nothing. And you know, she was like, yeah, that's nothing. Like she was like, when we get into the hot stuff? I'm like, meanwhile, my mouth was like burning. Yeah, and like I was, yeah, exactly. That stuff is I mean, I don't know what the Scoville scale is. I don't know any of these things, but if I had known these things, I probably wouldn't have participated. But like whatever the Scoville thing is, it had like thousands of Scovilles. It was like it was something like something scorpion hot sauce. I don't know. It was bad. It was really bad, guys. I don't recommend like honestly, Mama Q, like if you want to test your COVID to see if your COVID is like completely going to block your sensory input, that's what you do. Try that stuff. And it was only like $1 at like Walmart or something for the kind that they had like little samples, and it was only like $1. I would try that just to like test your COVID. That'd be awesome. I don't know what you're testing your COVID for. Like, it's just bad. It's like, yeah, of course it's bad. It's COVID. All right, got a nice little face going there. I guess since I got the beak in there, I might as well get your talons in. I'm going to use like a light yellow just to kind of figure out where this is, and then I'm going to kind of go over it with like a dark yellow. Like doing bird feet is so much harder than doing human hands, and human hands are tough. But I'm going to try this anyway. Figure it out. It was either this or I was going to do like Captain America, but then I thought, I don't know, Captain America. I'd have to really plan that out. I didn't put a lot of thought into this. I've just been relaxing all day. Like this has been enjoying the day off. I was fixing my laptop computer. I have a Macintosh, and it's an older Macintosh and a Macintosh laptop. And the thing is, like after a while, you're not really supposed to keep the like old Macintosh laptops because like they kind of like you can still do stuff on them, but like I'm a developer, so I actually need certain libraries to work, things like that, and they stop working after a while. Like I can't build for iOS on my current laptop. I mean, it's like from 2014. It was a while back that my laptop was born. Um, so I'm not supposed to be able to use the latest operating system, um, but I found a way to make it work. So um, the first attempt, I basically wiped my entire laptop. Hopefully, I don't have any important files on there because like they are gone. Um, but I did get that working eventually. So now I'm running. I know this doesn't mean anything to most of you guys, but I'm running Sonoma on a 2014 MacBook Pro, and you're not really supposed to. Like the highest you're supposed to go on that particular laptop is like Big Sur. I know this doesn't mean anything to you guys, but that's okay. So I'm pretty proud of that. I got that working. Like it took me 2 days to get it working, but it works great. It's awesome. I can do all the things I want to do on it. I can run Python on it, which I wasn't able to before. Like the libraries weren't working right. Most of you guys are like, "What the hell is he talking about now?" Like talk about talk about Marvel movies. At least then, like I can like drone it out. But nah, every now and then I kind of get geeky. It's fine. You guys don't have to know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you guys how proud I am of myself. All right, got some talons in there. don't know if I'm happy with those though. Yeah, good enough, I think. I want to get like stabby lines through here because, again, I don't want any perfect lines in this picture. I want I want a lot of fun lines in here. Mac and Nerd. I saw that. Maverick Nerd. Nice. I like that better. You guys know my search area was Maverick Creek, right? I had the perfect solve. It was good. It was perfect. Perfect in every way. It was just wrong. All right. Let's see. Get some brown back here. Get some definition on these tail feathers a little bit. That's cool. Again, I'm just experimenting. I really have no idea what I'm doing here, so bear with me. Jeremy has a Python, Python programming, so like Python code. I again, I wasn't able to do it before, but the reason why I'm so excited about the Python, this means nothing to you guys. I know this is like me just nerding out on myself, but the reason why Python is so cool is because I had that script that I was using to run like millions of combinations against that Bitcoin wallet. Again, I know this means nothing to you guys, but now I can do that on my laptop while I'm sitting there watching a movie or something like that, or while I'm at the library. I could be running Bitcoin wallet combinations to see if I can crack that treasure hunt, which is awesome. I know, doesn't mean anything to you guys, but when I crack that wallet, it will be awesome. Yeah, I probably should just bite the bullet and get a new Mac. But those things are so expensive. And if I actually play by the rules and I upgrade it as often as they want me to, I mean, that's a major expense. Yeah, basically, it's like every 3 to 4 years they want you to upgrade. That's nuts. I don't think so. But they do make it where like you can't really do development on your computer after a certain time. All the Windows machines, like if you have Windows 10, which is what I'm actually broadcasting this on, those are going to be dead here pretty soon. I forget what the actual date is, but those are basically going to be bricks pretty soon. You have to, or like basically Microsoft is going to stop supporting Windows 10, um, where if you don't upgrade, like, I mean, your computer might continue working for a while, but the security patches, all of that kind of stuff, that's going to go away. So at some point, you're going to have to upgrade. But I think that's just wrong. They basically make their products so that they'll fail in a few years just to keep people buying them. I mean, that's just, I don't know. There's just something fundamentally wrong about that in my book. I don't think it's right. I guess it's a great business model for them, but man, what a way to treat your customers. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I was Microsoft or Apple, or they're all doing it now. So I'm trying to get the impression of like feathers in here. It doesn't have to look exactly like feathers, but it should give you the impression of feathers, like sections of feathers, like in a wing, sort of. Never done a bird and pastel. Well, sorry, I've done a bird and pastel. I did that parrot. I've never done a bird of this nature. I've never done this specific bird. I've never done this bird, this particular bird in pastels before. Anyway, the whole point is like you're keeping it loose. It is looking very America. America, yeah, for real. It's almost like this guy needs like an American flag in his hand. I don't know what other symbols of America can he be holding. I like drawing in this style. Like it's not perfect. I know that like it's not everybody's cup of tea. Like most people, like if you probably ask them, like without even like them knowing what they're into, they probably look at realism as probably something that they're most impressed by. But I like doing things like this where you're kind of giving the impression of different features without, you know, outright, spelling it out for people. I really do like just drawing random lines like this. I think it gives it movement, gives it, you know, some sort of structure. Like, can use it to kind of better define these wings back here so that they're not just cutlery. I should give him like a Captain America shield. There you go. Because it was kind of between the eagle and Captain America, but I really wanted to like do another eagle just because I do like doing them. Let's see. Where do I want to go with this guy next? Maybe like I'm gonna go with this color. Get some lighter browns in here. Through here. Now, this paper doesn't have a lot of tooth. I should mention that. And the lack of tooth means there's only really so many layers I can put in here of color. So I have to be kind of like a little bit sparingly with them. Now, I can get maybe 3 layers worth of color in here, but then if I really want to kind of add stuff over it, I need to either go with a really soft pastel that just kind of layers over it, or I need to start subtracting layers by like, I don't know, removing them somehow. I'm not even sure how. So just got to keep that in mind. I don't actually recommend using this kind of like butcher block paper. What I recommend actually is using pastel paper with some sort of tooth to it, that sort of thing. But this will be fine for like pictures like this where you're just having fun. So I'm gonna try to get in some detail here as far as like actual feathers. Hopefully they won't look like fish scales. So kind of define this leg a little bit more because there's like 2 legs here. I want to kind of separate them. Using kind of like a cream color pastel for this, but it probably looks white on camera. It's fine either way. And like I said, because there's not like a lot of tooth to the paper, you need a really soft pastel to get these lines in on top of this. but this is a really soft pastel, so it works. It's just basically drawing like, I don't know, scales. But because it's on a bird, they're not like fish scales. They're feathers. I think way back in the day, they probably were descended from the same sort of things. Like I think scales actually became feathers at some point, didn't they? I don't know. Hey Larry, how's it going? Happy July 4th ish. Happy July 4th weekend. We're just being patriotic today and drawing us an American eagle. I don't know what the technical term is. Like bald eagle? Is that like, I don't know what the Latin word is for it. American eagle. Not to be confused with a Canadian eagle. What kind of birds do Canadians have? Hey Ben, how's it going, man? Happy Happy America birthday. Let's see. Just doing like kind of a, I don't know, like an abstract eagle, impressionistic eagle. I like these colors together. Like these colors are really cool together. I like them a lot. Canadians have geese. There you go. The Canadian eagle is a goose. I don't know what Canadians like. Are they even a real country? I don't know. I'm just kidding. For all I know, like, look, if there are any Canadians who watch this channel, I am so sorry. I make fun of you guys all the time. I don't mean it. It's just a joke. I know that you guys are actual real people with feelings and stuff like that. I don't mean to make jokes at your expense. Like when I call you guys like a ridiculous country that shouldn't exist, it's all a joke. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I love Canada, to be honest. Like some of my some of my favorite people are from Canada. That's all right. I'm gonna shut up now before I get in trouble. Nah, Canada's great, actually. Like to be honest, I would love to go to. I would love to go to the rainforest up there. Especially over in like what is it? What's on the other side? British Columbia? No, I know a few people who live in Canada. Canada's actually kind of cool. I'm just trying to be like all patriotic and everything today. America is not even the United States, but America is the best country in the world. I don't know if that's true. Actually, probably not true on some like on some things. Like there's probably other things, other countries in the world that kind of like lead us in certain areas and stuff like that. But certainly when it comes to bald eagles, when it comes to bald eagles, America is the best country in the world. We are number one in bald eagles. So, Mama Q, like, what are you taking for your COVID? Like, I've heard of a bunch of different, like, kind of remedies, some official, some non-official. I was just kind of curious where you're at, what you're taking. I have no doubt you're going to feel better soon, so hopefully, hopefully whatever you're doing is kind of working towards that. It's not like I have any advice for other things to take either. I'm just curious what people do for COVID nowadays. You would think that COVID would be like gone by now. It kind of sucks. It keeps rearing its head. Like honestly, you're probably the at least third, but I want to say like fifth person in the last couple of weeks that I've known with COVID. That sucks. It's weird because it's summertime. It should be like, like a fall or winter thing. I don't know. Use it here. These are so soft. I love it because they go right over all of these other pastels. Like I said, there's no tooth on this paper, so um, if they weren't this soft, they wouldn't stick. But because they are so super soft, they just lay over this stuff like butter. It's nice. Oh yeah, that's looking very American. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think it's looking pretty cool. I like to do different types of pictures and stuff. Took an antiviral. I felt like crud for 2 days, feeling fine now. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sounds like you're basically on your way. Like I wonder how long the lack of taste lasts. I, I mean, has that ever been permanent? Like I should probably should like I don't want to make you feel bad. Like I'm trying to think like has that ever been permanent? Like is there like a loss of taste risk here? I hope not. I really hope not. Just can't taste or smell. I think that comes back soon. Hopefully. I really hope that comes back soon. Because I'm gonna feel like shit if it doesn't. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I wasn't sure how they like to do these wings. Because they really just look like a bunch of knives. Need some white here. Some people have permanent loss. Oh man, if so, like if you end up with permanent loss, I apologize. I really do. 2 more days to kick kilos, but I think you can arrange that. Like she is always in the chat, right? So like she's around. Get Ben to like do a stream or something, and just like have a what's it called? A grudge match between the two of you. Like just I've got some hot sauce left over. I'll participate if you do it this weekend. Organize that. Let me know. Thing is, I like hot sauce on like eggs and stuff like that, but I don't eat enough of it to where like I'm already run out. I've got plenty left from like the before. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. I like this. All right, so what are we doing on time? Yeah, we're only like an hour into this. Yeah, if you do like a grudge match and it's not just between the two of you guys and like you don't mind other people getting in on it, I'll jump in on that. Like this is the reason why I like this paper. Like sometimes I just grab this paper and I just go nuts. Like I don't know. There's people out there who draw who are maybe like intimidated by the pencils to where they feel uncomfortable just kind of like stabbing at the paper. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's fun. It's all kind of neat effects. Definitely gives your picture movement. Now, most people they go the opposite direction. They make these random marks and stuff to kind of box themselves in so that they can create the other picture stuff on top of it. It's just, you know, I don't know. I'm just having fun. We're doing a live stream. We're hanging out. This is, you know, fun. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. Larry, I bet Zeus and Bandit are lost without their mama. Oh, Zeus and Bandit are very photogenic. They make for very great models. Like if anybody out there wants to take a stab at drawing dogs, they are cute. They're so cute together too. They remind me of my dogs. My dogs like my dogs make for a great pair. They're not. I don't think they're meant to be separated. Like my dog Guinness, he's got a couple of years on my dog Bear, and if anything ever happened to him, I think Bear would be devastated because they're like two peas in a pod. This is looking pretty cool. I like adding like layers on top of layers here. Um, Again, there is an upper limit, but because these are so soft, I'm able to get away with putting more on here than I probably would otherwise. Because there is literally no tooth to this paper. It's great for charcoal, it's great for sketches and stuff like that. But as far as like doing actual layered pastel pictures like this, I really shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing like this over like some a layer of clear gesso, like that stuff that I've talked about before, or just using different paper, something with more tooth. But you know, that's what we're doing tonight. All right. So I want to some white lines in here. See how this looks. I don't want them all to be one color. You know, these extra lines and stuff. Get some fun other color lines in there. Like, let's go some blue. I didn't intend to put this much blue in here, but I like it. I may come back and add some more brown just because like the eagle should be brown. It's just I had so much fun with this blue. I don't know. Maybe I can get some brown in here after the fact. Yeah. Again, I shouldn't be able to do this because like I should be out of tooth, but hey, it's working so cool. You run the risk of like muddying your colors. I think this still looks fine. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there is some brown in here. Some brown highlights. Like little feathers. I think what I want to do is go to like a patriotic concert this weekend. You guys ever go to those like with the big band music and all that stuff? Did any of you get to shoot off fireworks yesterday? I did not. Even though fireworks are legal here, and I probably could have picked up some fireworks. Um, I've got dogs, so like I haven't done fireworks since I was like I don't know many years ago. Just because of my dogs, I know that they wouldn't appreciate it. Like even if I just went in the backyard and I left the dogs inside, they would not be happy. So no, I haven't done that. Hopefully some of the other guys did. Be cool. Quiet during the day, then at nightfall, kaboom! Like it's 9 o'clock now. It's just starting to get dark. I expect them to start up here pretty shortly. They will be doing fireworks for the next 2 weeks, I guarantee you, around here. That's what kind of sucks, like the 4th of July is one thing. It's fun to do fireworks for the 4th of July. The problem is they buy these fireworks and for the next couple of weeks they'll be firing them off like every weekend. You'll be like sitting there trying to watch a movie or trying to sleep or something, like all of a sudden boom 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 boom, you know. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about them, to be honest. There's so much freedom in scribble art, by the way. I know that's not everybody's thing, but I just gotta tell you, there's a lot of like freedom in this. Probably should call this soon because, like, I know we're only like an hour and something into this, but I don't want to overwork it. I can probably get like just kind of like bringing this bird down a little bit. I almost feel like there needs to be like some red in here somehow just to make this like patriotic. Like, okay. All right, I'm going nuts here. I know. It's okay. Kids don't do this at home. I'm about to get super experimental by introducing some red just to see if I can. What happens if I put in some? I don't think I have enough tooth on here to like really get crazy with the red. But I'm going to put in some red anyway. Just because, like, I don't know. I'm looking at this picture. I've got the whites, I got the blues. Why not, right? Yeah. Just little hints of red, like as an accent color. Why not? As Bob Ross would say, happy little red colors. I don't know what Bob Ross would. I've been drinking all day, by the way. It's July 4th weekend. I think that looks cool though. Like little spots of red as highlights. Why not, right? Now it's a patriotic bird. Now, of course, no bald eagle looks like this in real life. Like they're brown, um, and so on. But I think this looks cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I do I have bourbon goggles on? Jeremy, I keep taking the mail. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't had a chance to mail that out yet. That will uh maybe I can send that out tomorrow. I will. Here's my promise. I will send you an email and let you know that I sent it, and also send you a tracking thing. I am so sorry. I should have probably mentioned that at the outset. Um, Obviously, it's done. It's ready to go. I just haven't packaged it up and sent it out. I will send you an email with the tracking info in it. Sorry. Like I have been busy all week. I just hadn't gotten to it. Hey, my dad's in here. What are you doing in here, Dad? My dad's actually visiting relatives in South Carolina, so he's on a road trip. I like the red. The red is cool. Like this definitely makes it more American, Americana. He almost looks like a firework, like almost like a firework went off and became a an eagle. I guess. Sorry. Yeah, they're all visiting down in South Carolina. That's where most of my extended family live, and they're having a big get together down there. I wasn't able to go, but it's okay. Um, Most of my extended family live in a little small town in South Carolina called Newberry. Like it's straight out of it's exactly what you would expect when it's called Newberry. Um, Straight out of like Andy Griffith's show. Very small town. And it's actually pretty cool. Like most, like generations of my family have lived there. My grandmother lived there. Well, both my grandmothers lived there. My, I think my parents met there. Yeah, obviously they met there. Um, and, my dad went to high school there, like a place called Aiken, South Carolina. I think, I don't think my mom, like, what school did my mom go to? I don't even know. Whitehead Phoenix. This is not a Phoenix. This is an eagle. It's not a Phoenix. Critic. Everyone's a critic. Yeah, I am sorry about that. Now that I think about it, Larry, it like I have just been super busy. I haven't had a chance to go to the post office, and I didn't mean to make you check your mail every day. I should have let you know that I would send that. I would definitely send you tracking information on that. Because like when you go to mail it, they give you tracking information. So I always send that off to people whenever I send them something. I want to do like more pictures for you. So like if you've got anything else that you want to send my way, let me know. I always like to make sure I'm drawing the stuff that my patrons are into. Like whatever you guys are into, that's what I want to draw. You guys probably don't care about eagles. I like that white there. That's pretty cool. Kind of beef up the feathers on this guy's neck. I think I'm almost done with this actually. Like I know that we're only like an hour and 12 minutes into this, but you know, when you're drawing something loose and abstract like this, it does go pretty quick sometimes. It's just the way it goes. I think this guy looks cool. Um, Probably like one of the looser pictures I've done. Sorting through this drawing. I love the puns. These are great. You guys are awesome. It's America, guys. Like I love America. Like honestly, okay, so I don't know. Sometimes I have faults with America. Like you know, I'm an American, so I'm able to criticize my own country. Sometimes I do think that we kind of screw things up and everything, but at the end of the day, I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be. There's some other countries out there that are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like all saying like I don't know that America's the only great country in the world. It's not. I would like to visit some of these other great countries and stuff, but when it comes down to it, I am happy to be an American. Um, I love America. When you head out on a road trip in a car, just heading west, and there's all that raw America out there, the people out there. It's just it's amazing. I would not trade this country for anything. And that's not to say that I'm like you know the most patriotic guy. I'm not. I'm just a big fan. I'm a huge fan of the United States. Some of the people in it, I would trade if I could. You know, especially some of the politicians. I would probably trade some of those off for others. But you know, when you get down to it, I can't think of another country I'd rather live in. There's some great ones out there. I know that some of you guys who watch this channel, you guys are from other countries and stuff like that. I am in no way putting you guys down. I'm just saying I don't know. I'm happy to be an American for better or worse. And happy birthday, America. What else can we say about it, right? I love the Fourth. I love America. It has its faults, but what country doesn't? Exactly. Thank you, Edie. That's exactly what I was trying to say. But you know, where like you literally cannot make bourbon in other countries. Like I know that you could probably try or whatever, but it is not technically bourbon. So if you can't make bourbon in your country, then what good is it? That's what I say. Right? I don't know. I think this picture looks kind of cool. Maybe it's not. Don't believe what the far left extremists scream about. They're in the minority, very tiny minority. Well, I don't know about all that. I just know that, you know, the United States itself is not so bad. Everybody's got everybody's got a take on things, but when you get right down to it, it's pretty nice. You get birds like this in America. Bourbon can only be made in Bourbon County. Well, I don't. It's a little bit different. It's not just Bourbon County. It has to be. There's like some rules to it. So one of the rules is it has to be made in Kentucky, not like a particular county. Of course, bourbon is made in the historical Bourbon County, which actually encompasses a lot of counties. But back in the day, it was one gigantic county. Um, I'm trying to think. Like I don't remember all the rules, but there's certain rules to be called a Kentucky straight bourbon. But literally, you can't. Yeah, it's like champagne. You can't make it other places. Like I know that Japan wants to make bourbon because like they have like a big market over there for bourbon, but they can't. You know, because it has to be made here in Kentucky. That's my understanding, at least. I don't know everything. Okay, Larry says, I don't talk politics with other people much. In my travels, I realize that politics are geographic. Amen. Yeah, I don't think it's political to say that, like, you know, America's awesome. I think that's like bipartisan. On 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 America's birthday, there you go. On the United States' birthday, you should be able to say that America's awesome without it being a political statement or like a particular party or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying America's awesome. This Eagle's awesome. That's all I'm saying. Edie said some people confuse bourbon with Tennessee whiskey when they call Jack Daniel's bourbon. Yeah, whiskey is not bourbon. So that's a great point. So the difference is that one of the requirements is that bourbon has to be aged in a charred oak barrel, so you have to take an oak barrel, you have to char it, and then you have to put your bourbon in it. Whiskey does not do that. Whiskey does not age in like a charred oak barrel. That's one of the differences. Rum Dog says, "You're getting better, Jeremy. Your streams are getting shorter." Yeah, well, like sometimes, I mean, when you do something abstract like this, there's only so much that you can put into it before it starts getting a little ridiculous. Like, I don't want to overwork this. I actually like where it's at right now. I think it's a good balance. So I don't mind chatting with you guys for a minute, but as far as like the actual picture, I don't want to like overdo it because like there is a point where it's overdone. But I do like the red. The red looks cool. Some of my pictures that I do, they do take a while. So I'll probably do some more of those next week. Like my coffee paintings, those usually take about 3 hours. These drawings, these abstract drawings, they do run shorter, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's a holiday weekend. We're just hanging out, having fun. It should have fish in its claws. Yeah, I'm not sure how to draw that, to be honest. I'm not prepared to do that. I could put in like some clouds. yeah, I don't know. That might take away from it, to be honest. I don't really want to put in clouds. I think that might distract from it. The style of it is like just basically like lines and drawings, line drawings, whatever. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to overwork it. All right, so I think this is probably a done enough. I don't really want to like overwork it. At this point, I kind of have to actually. Let me put in a little bit of clouds, at least to. There you go. All right, now we got clouds. All right. Anyway, I may have a picture of an osprey with a fish in his talons. Hey, Larry, send that to me because, like, I'm done with your dogs and everything, but I do want to send more pictures with you, like along with it. So with Bandit and Zeus, I'm actually going to send out one of my coffee paintings. I want you to take a look at that, and then I want you to send me a recommendation of some other picture that you want, just because like I really want to send you like a bunch of cool stuff. So just because it took so long for me to send you Bandit and Zeus, I want to make sure that like I send you other cool stuff. So you let me know what you like, and I'll send you some more stuff. But anyway, as far as this like eagle goes, I think we're pretty much done with this. Hey, I I had a lot of fun here. This was like really cool. I'm glad that I spent this Fourth of July with you guys. What are you doing, dog? Crazy dog. Anyway, let me go back to just me. Sorry. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I know that I did. Let's see. Fourth of July weekend. Make sure you guys have a safe and happy one. I can hear the fireworks outside my office walls like now. So they're probably going to get into it again tonight. Probably go on all weekend. Hopefully you guys have as much fun as I've been having. And I will check back with you guys next Tuesday. And yeah, hey Bear, you want to say hi to GP? We call my dad GP. Bear, you want to say hi to GP? GP's on the stream. Where's GP at? Where's GP? He over here? You want to say hi to him? There you go. All right, Bear says hi to GP. All right. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and I will check with you guys then. All right, bye guys. Have a good one. Stay safe.